is Calgary Zoo.
What's a Calgary?
What's a zoo? Do we know?
Can I eat it?
Well, he would probably know.
You may know what a zoo is, but you don't know what Calgary is.
History.
Yeah.
God, it's rolling off. 15.
Yeah, you know what a zoo is.
I wonder which library we're going to.
Now we know that we're in Calgary. Holy crap.
Yeah, it's
then
the
it's
city
called-
of Gary.
Gary. Oh, Calgary.
You guys are really quick. You guys are really quick on the draw there.
Yeah, you're like, oh, as soon as I said Gary, you're like, I know where we are. So yeah, it looks like Glob is the zookeeper of the Calgary Zoo. Well, self-assigned, that is.
I'm so glad we didn't fight him, you guys.
As you look into the zoo, you see a strange collection of creatures. Wolves mixed with deer, giraffes mixed with like these strange mechanical parts that have been jettisoning out of its body. You don't even, like, some of this stuff you couldn't even describe if you tried.
I feel at home here.
All right. There's a buffalo with a massive afro, but with eyes made of obsidian. There is also a collection of meerkats, but instead of them all standing around, they're all connected together.
Like centipede style?
No, like
Side to side.
King of like Rat King style, where they're all connected, like, and their all little heads are poking out of like this large, massive body.
Ugh.
Would you like to hear about others?
Yeah.
I'd like to end the tour, please.
Well, it looks like Glob has made it his personal, life goal to keep care of these animals.
I like it here. I feel at home.
It's almost like you're an animal. You're one with your kind.
Yeah.
And you do see some birds and stuff like that.
I wave.
But they all look at you like,
What's up?
that's a big fucking bird.
Like you come up to the cage and you're just like smiling at them, and they all shrink to the very far back of the cage. And they're like,
I
oh,
speak their
shit.
language. I say, I'm friendly in Eric Marvel.
Yeah, like they'll flock to you and you'll speak to them and stuff like that.
You're good. You're good.
Yeah, they speak highly of Glob. He takes care of them.
I like Glob too.
Yeah, he's a good guy. After the tour, in a sense, he points in a direction and he says, "Danger, danger."
And where's he pointing towards?
Downtown Calgary.
But that's where the library is.
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
So,
We go to danger.
What's up, danger?
just like us go to danger, and I like point on the map, and it's like we need to, like, we go to danger.
He points at himself and he says, "Me no go,
Okay. But friend?
but friend."
Yes.
You lone wolves. Oh, right. I guess loans aren't a concept.
You
Wolves go us, then return. Back.
Wolf, help us go danger?
You want to take one of his wolves?
the
I think
deer
that's what he
wolves.
wants.
Is that what you're saying?
I think that's what you want.
He doesn't want the animals to go there because it's dangerous. That's why
And
why they're in
also-
cages and
You
stuff
know,
like that.
and
I kind
also-
of don't want to go either now. this is a pretty nice place, guys.
I mean, someone did legitimately die many times in this city.
Like we
As in
hear
same person
shrieks.
repeatedly.
Like maybe.
Like we can just hear the shrieks coming from the city.
Yeah.
Like once in a while you hear like what sounds like a dying moose coming from the city as it echoes through the empty roads.
I say we go there. Yeah. Well, we gotta go where we gotta go, right?
I'm already heading towards it.
Yeah.
Alright. So I like take out my shield and my crowbar.
Leo, can you do a perception check for me?
6.
Well, it's kind of obvious because something's licking your leg.
Like pick it up.
It's a bullfrog, but it's a bulldog mixed with a frog.
Cute.
And it loves you.
I put it on
It starts to create a cascade of drool that just goes down your body.
I don't want to go. I like this place.
We can always come back and visit our
What would you
friend.
like to name
Also,
your
what
bulldog?
the fuck does every single D&D game I play, I always end up with something on my shoulder.
So, what would you like to name this bullfrog? Or this frog dog?
Cat dog. Oh my god.
What's your name again?
Fuck.
You're just gonna name it another sound?
Thok Jr.
Yeah, Thok Jr.
Dog Junior. Alright, well you've got this frog dog. Just I
No
guess it
wolf,
took a
but-
liking to you, or maybe you just smell like blood.
Or
I think you may have took a licking to him.
Stop it.
That was good. I
You
like
made
it.
Bullfrog.
All of my animals are puns. They're all puns.
Wait, then what was the wolf deer one?
A fear.
What's the meerkat one?
Oh, a fear.
Yeah.
Female fear.
What about the meerkat one?
I was just gonna call that meerkats.
I hate it.
Man, that's a hell of a
What's the
pun.
bull? The bull?
What?
the Afro Blow?
Yeah, the Afro.
The
Or the Afro Buffalo?
I was just gonna call him Whoopi.
Like Whoopi Goldberg.
Yeah.
Baffalo.
Afro.
Oh, I like that.
That's a good one.
No,
Yeah.
that is a.
Those were all just off the top of my head, mind you.
Same here. You're playing with the champ.
All right.
To certain death, then.
Yeah, to certain death. So you head inside downtown, leaving Glob and Piper to their own devices. But he does say that you're always welcome to come and visit his animals
Aw.
in the most simplest way one could. So you come see animals all day.
I really like Glob. He's my favorite so far.
So as you enter the city, you find the tracks of the sea train, and you start following them.
What's a sea train?
Well, Leo knows. He says poop train all the time.
I just say it because. Just say it. Also, I have dysentery now, so I am actually a poop train.
All right, so
You are the conductor of the poop train.
Blazing trails.
as you follow the tracks, you finally come across the library. It says it right on the building.
Library, like with specifically Bary.
Yeah, like library.
Just drop it.
I don't know what you want from me. It says library. Oops.
Can I do an investigation to find a missing R?
Library.
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 The
Library.
sign's broken, okay?
It says library. I don't know what you want from me.
I want to find the missing letter from the sign that
Are
fell
the-
off.
It's not there.
Okay.
It's gone.
Are the windows clear enough for me to peek in?
Yeah.
Okay,
Well,
I
they're
will-
dusty, but you can wipe away
Okay.
the dust.
I would like to do a perception check.
Okay.
21.
As you look inside, you can see that the books are relatively fine. Some of the like the shelving has been knocked over. Some of the books look like some of them are on the ground.
But it looks empty.
Yeah. Overall, though, the building isn't necessarily sound. You can see that, time has aged the framework and whatnot. Some of the windows have been busted in from, maybe debris. But overall, it's still standing, which you can't really say for the Calgary Tower, which is gone.
Oh, right.
Okay.
Nobody would notice it. It's like buried in the middle.
Um,
There are like 20 other tall buildings.
Yeah.
Hey, you two, or you two, go inside, look at the books and everything like that. Me and her, we're gonna go look around.
Me read?
No, you protect him.
You carry books.
Yes. And me and you're gonna look up ahead. I'm gonna look down below. We're gonna just try and keep this place relatively protected.
So you're staying outside.
Yeah, and I'll fly up, bird's eye view.
Yeah, you don't you may see movement, but it's too far off.
Okay, maybe I'll just keep a lookout in case anything approaches.
Yeah.
I look towards the north of that library, the library, and I see if.
Do you hate me? Do you hate me how I say library?
Yes! I thought it was supposed to be like in universe the sign's broken, but you keep saying it.
Oh, wait, are you not doing it on purpose?
No, that's how I say it.
Oh my god!
Oh, I thought you were like...
I thought it was in game.
Yeah, same.
No, I say library.
Oh, you said it right that time.
Library.
Now
Okay,
you went back.
The first time was fine.
Library.
Library?
It's like how I have a friend who says crayon instead of crayon. It's kind of like that.
Cran?
Yeah.
Fair enough.
That's not why!
How is
Fair
that
enough.
fair enough? Oh, someone else also doesn't pronounce things right.
Hey,
I'm
it's more
sorry.
than one person. It doesn't make a person
I'm
crazy.
sorry.
No.
Sesame Street never told me.
Okay, let's
Actually, I swear this is Sesame episode.
Alright, moving
When
on
I say
to
library card, I say library. But when I say library, I talk about the building.
Okay, so I look past the library. I look just north of it, and I try to see if the quote-unquote Calgary City Hall is there.
Yeah, like most of the buildings are up except for maybe the larger ones, like the Telus building's gone.
Can I just
building's
look around
gone.
and see for like the names of buildings just around the plaza area? I'll make a perception check.
One says Idiol.
You're in Olympic Plaza.
Yeah, I know. I'm just gonna look around and I'm just gonna see all the names.
Well, you see them.
No, I mean like from where I'm standing. Can I leave?
I don't know what you want from me. I'm telling
What are
you.
you
See
So
them.
like, so do they see?
Like,
do I
any
see
names
like
that
City
stand out?
Hall? I see like City Hall.
Oh yeah. Like yeah. You phrased it like, do I see signs? I'm like, yeah, you see plenty of signs.
Okay, so I see City Hall, and I point up at you, and then I point at me, and going to the building because she's still flying up.
You're going to City Hall.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna go into the City Hall, and I'm gonna see what's in there.
Okay.
Split the party.
I can do it. All right. So you're in the sky. You guys are in the library.
Wow.
Look, I was just trying to make a clarifying point, and now you're being very hostile.
They should just name this episode like
Library.
Library.
Library. Yeah.
Fresh libraries.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. I was just confused. I thought the mayor was just
I thought it was just
like
like
6 int.
language changed over time. Somehow
It
the
may
R was
have.
dropped.
Maybe it has. Maybe just for the sake of making me not look like a fool, it has. All right, so you go to City Hall. Let's start with the people inside first.
Okay.
Do an investigation check.
18.
18.
10.
Well, you find the entertainment center for children, and you start, playing with the toys
The
and stuff.
blocks.
And your dog is still creating a cascade of drool.
Oh.
I just have like
Oh, I'm just imagining him like using like some blocks and like using the dog's drool, just like licks it, and he just starts sticking blocks together.
All right,
Gross.
you don't
Making
find anything on
crucifixes
Icarus,
and shit.
Okay.
nor anything about the winged god, but you do find something interesting.
Okay.
You find a piece of newspaper, and on that newspaper, it explains that something was discovered.
Okay. Does it specify?
No, the newspaper's been ripped.
Oh.
But the interesting thing,
Right next to the blade.
right next, poured
Holy hell.
Corn
Haas.
pop. The date is what interests you the most,
Okay.
which is 2019.
Ooh.
So something was discovered in 2019, and it made the headlines.
Did it say like month or anything?
I don't care.
Did they find global warming?
It's been there all along. We just weren't looking hard enough.
Can I look around, try to find any other newspapers that match the same day?
Yes, as you start to collect more of the newspaper, you kind of start putting it together like a puzzle, and you see that it was a new type of energy that was discovered, but you can't figure out what exactly it does.
Did they have a name for it?
That is not clear.
Okay. So it was clickbait, essentially.
In a sense, like the story was in a different part of the newspaper, not in on the front. But yeah.
New energy slams oil and gas.
Yeah, but it was big enough to make headlines, so must have been pretty important.
Okay.
Also, I stole a block from my dog to chew on.
Okay. You entering another floor of the library, you do an investigation check.
Okay. 11.
11. You don't find any literature of importance, at least to you, because, you know, lack of reading. But you do see large claw marks gashed across the wall. And when I say large, I mean the wall.
Like,
As in,
whole
not
wall.
like my hands, not like
Like the whole wall
Grizzlies,
torn.
like the whole wall got ripped with something.
I mean, that could have been anything.
It's a death claw.
Is anyone here?
What'd you say?
Okay. So you yell out, "Is anyone here, Kaka?" And you hear as something starts.
I fly out the window. I fly out the window. I'm hovering near the window now.
And you will hear it too. You hear the thumping coming around.
upstairs.
Even Husk is
Yeah, it was upstairs.
I duck in between the shelves.
Do a stealth check. You do a stealth check. You're fine.
So
Well, towards City Hall.
I-
12?
I am outside.
Yeah, and you're flying?
Yeah, I'm flying, but it's near the window so I can
13.
13. Okay. What you see is this massive black shape emerge from the shadows of the building. Its huge claws, webbed with what looks like wings that are too small to carry anything that large, reach out from a hallway and pull itself into the light. Its massive ears are the first thing you see, and its blank, pearlescent eyes is what stares back at you.
How big is it?
Guesstimate about the size of an elephant. A normal elephant, that is, not Piper.
Okay.
And it's like all fours with weird wings.
It's actually hunched, like, because you didn't see its body yet. You only seen its hand and its face. As it comes out of this large doorway that it's obviously traveled through because the doorway's gone, you see that it's sleek. Its body is low to the ground and its back arches. It's covered in what looks like brownish black fur, and it makes a very heinous hiss.
I want nothing to do with this library.
You recognize its facial features to be that of maybe a bat, but its teeth and its claws resemble more of that of a jaguar.
Huh.
Get out!
Wow.
Get out!
I'm already out.
Yeah, you're already out, but it sees you. It's looking right at you.
I fly to the building over, so like it's still watching me. as
Yeah,
I
it-
do
it-
that.
it-
So you
doesn't
fly over
blink.
to City Hall where I'm at.
Yeah, I just fly on top of the building, like
Okay.
just
So
that's
like
where
over
I
to
rest.
the top of City Hall. Okay.
All right, leaving you in that tense situation. Let's go to City Hall, shall
I mean,
we?
we're both in there.
Okay.
What?
We're both in there.
I know.
Yeah, I don't want to warn you guys because it might follow me, so I'm gonna just stay on City Hall right now,
Yes, how
having a
altruistic of you.
stare down.
With this unblinking thing.
Yeah, I'm just like
So,
So I walk through the front doors of City Hall.
Mhm.
and I kind of try and take a gander around, get my footing in there.
All right.
See what kind of occupancy has been in here.
Can you do a stealth check for me, please?
Certainly try. 12.
All right. Can you do a perception check for me, please?
6.
Okay, you continue. You continue on into City Hall. Are you looking for anything in particular?
I was just trying to see if I could find pretty much a way to gather more information about the city and stuff like that.
Well, there's like information, brochures, and all that stuff, but it's old. It's all post-nuke.
Okay. And is there any sign of previous activity in here that I can see?
Yes.
Okay.
There's a pile of meaty bones in the corner.
As soon as I see the pile, I'm going to stop and start
Doing a stealth check.
backstepping.
Yeah, doing a stealth check in the meantime.
Yeah. Oh, 7. I step and crunch on some bones.
Oh, big time. As you do that, seeing that this place is probably not a great place to be,
Especially
start walking backwards, and you hear something above you, like bones tapping on ceramic tile. Would you like to look up?
I am too afraid to look up.
All right, let's go back to our gentleman.
Oh my god, I'm gonna
Why?
die.
All right, you
You
guys.
scream.
So you
I'll
got a
go your
15 and a
truck.
13. As you hide in between the bookshelves, and where are you hiding again, Leo?
Kids toys.
Okay.
I've been in the library a while.
I can just, I'm just like imagining a brutally orc, just like underneath a bunch of Lego. I'm like, oh no!
Stacking the blocks to cover his face
And
so we
it's like-
can't see it.
He's slowly building a tiny box out of Lego to surround
So
him.
cute. I like
So,
it.
as you're hiding, you hear the same thing, but this time on what sounds like cheap carpet is something clawing its way
So there
towards
might be more than one.
you. Oh, there's definitely more than one.
Oh.
And you can hear it sniff the air and take in its surroundings. And it goes to inspect something right next to Leo. It kind of paws at a pool of drool. And it starts to follow the way you came. Not where you were, which is right next to the
Yeah.
thing. So it kind of follows where you entered, getting right next to Jeff. And Jeff, it doesn't see you just yet, but it's so close that you can literally feel the warmth radiating off of its body.
These things are terrifying. They're so big.
Yeah, they're
Of
huge.
all the ways I could have fucking died, it had to be this shit.
So, we've got a stare down with Angie. We've got a tense situation with Jeff and Leo, and Haas is definitely not in that much of a safe scenario right now. So, let's find out who gets to go first. Jeff.
Oh, good.
What would you like to do? It's there investigating like the saliva left from the dog.
How far away is the saliva trail from where I'm?
Well, so as if you're in the corridor or like the between the bookshelves, right?
Yeah.
It's within the larger corridor that kind of cuts through all the bookshelves.
Okay.
So you can definitely see it. It's right there, but its body has come just enough forward that its eyes can't meet yours.
Okay. I'm gonna move further away down the aisle of bookshelves so that I can get to the end and hide behind that.
Okay, do a stealth check.
I have a question about the.
And I'm gonna do a perception check.
Wouldn't
17.
it follow the drool outside the library?
We'll get to that. You make it there safely. and the creature continues to move forward. But as it reaches just the precipice of the library, where the drool continues, it stops at where the sun enters the building.
It's a bat. Just get to the sunlight, guys.
Well, I moved further away from the door, so...
Alright, Leo, you're pretty far into the library. You can do what you would like to do now.
Is there a window nearby?
Yeah, I was gonna say right out the
No.
window.
Hey, wait, Jeff, don't you have like, if it's scared of like sunlight?
Possibly.
Try
How
to-
loud is a verbal component to a spell?
Judging by its ears, it relies heavily on hearing.
Okay.
So even the slightest bit of like noise will like attract it.
So it would hear me mumbling under my breath.
Oh, definitely.
Shit!
Yeah. The only thing it can't hear is like your light breathing or your heartbeat.
Oh, that's a relief.
If I take out like take a book and then just kind of like huck it,
Yeah, you can do that.
Yeah.
to kind of distract it, and then you can like try and like light the library up on fire, just like see if we
Look how this is circular.
But he loves books.
You're like, how could you even suggest
Well, like,
that?
if you, and then like you can like kind of burn that section that like he's gonna run towards to. I know
Oh
it's,
yeah,
like,
because controlled burn and
In
entire
library.
building
Yeah.
full
Well,
of flammable
okay.
material.
Well, you can throw the book and maybe you guys can make a run for it.
depends on how fast you can like, haul ass.
You don't
Surprise,
know.
very.
How far can you throw a book?
Probably pretty far.
Exactly.
Like 20 strikes. So. Yeah.
Go for it, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna look. Fuck. 9.
You pick up the book and you throw it, but your dog just
Drooled on
you
it.
drooled all over your hands, so it got a little slippery. And you throw it.
Right next to me.
No, it's not that bad though.
Why do we take this thing with us?
Because it loves him.
Everyone wants
Yeah, you throw it like right at the entrance. You're just giving him like the hardest death glare right now. Let's jump back over. So the thing hears the noise and it, oh man, without even thinking, like the time it takes for you to produce a thought, it's there. It's at the front.
I don't
I kind of just like brandish my rusty shiv in his direction.
Like
I don't know if that's a threat
the
or maybe
creepiest
you're
thing
telling me
about
to go
it
for
is
Attack.
when it wants to be quiet, it's silent. So it just moves like a fucking shadow, like whoa, and it's there at the front, right at the barrier between sunlight and darkness.
Out of game, I'm guessing we don't want to fight these things.
Your turn.
My turn? Okay.
Yeah.
Because I know Haas went into the building near mine, I want to warn him. So I fly down near the entrance he went in.
And you see me starting to look up at the ceiling.
Would you do a perception check for me, please, Angie?
25.
You're starting to notice the shadows are getting longer.
Which shadow? Like in
No, these shadows. Shadows are getting longer, as in the sun is beginning to set.
Oh. So
Are you gonna have an anxiety attack, Jeff?
A little
Okay.
bit. I'm feeling very claustrophobic in this imaginary world.
with my perception, do I also see Haas and
No, he's inside a building.
like far inside?
Yeah, like he's entered the building.
Like I'm in the middle of the lobby
Yeah.
because I tried to back out of the lobby, and
Okay.
I am now in the position I'm in. And I'm gonna look up at the thing that's up there.
So, what would you like to do, Angie?
So the sun's going down. These creatures are scared of light, so they're gonna start exploring the area right now. I'm debating if I wanted to use fairy fire.
It will make things quite bright.
So will.
I kind of want us to all gather first. I'll
Weird, we could have almost all been together already, but...
I wanted.
Check out City Hall.
Okay, question. I'm completely blank on the library. What is like the front door facing direction-wise?
So if you've never been to the library downtown, so there's the C train station.
Yeah.
There's a large window, and then there's the library inside. So the main entrance to the library leads out into Olympic Plaza.
Okay, so it's facing south.
Yes.
Okay.
But there's also another entrance on the other side.
Yes.
Fortunately.
This just looks like a tomb to me.
So
It just might be.